welcome to Mike on Monday, the West Ham show that will look into the very soul of this football club that we love. But first, let's have a look at what's been happening at West Ham this week. This way, let's go. Well gang, it was another week of pointless transfer speculation as West Ham were linked with any old clogger from a soon-to-be relegated side, plus the entire Fulham first team. I say pointless because until the whole how we're going to do the transfer thing is sorted, it is pointless. But the Times ran a story later in the week telling us exactly how we were going to do transfers, which is very differently from how we're told we would be doing transfers, because David Sullivan had promised we'd be getting a director of football to deal with transfers, and it turns out we're not. We're in fact going to have David Moyes, who's going to be retained, even though it's not officially announced he's going to be retained. Who'll be doing the transfers with an improved scouting network. Now, many of us thought that David Sullivan had gone back on his word, but he said no, I hadn't said that. Brady had said that and she was wrong to say that, and we're all going to get £1 million from Santa Claus at Christmas. Apparently that's wrong as well. Boo hiss. It all descended into he said, she said, they said, and an argument over that. The point is, nothing has changed. Nothing's going to change either. We have one way out of this, people, and it's called relegation. Come on every other team, come on Stoke, come on Southampton, put us down, we need it, genuinely. I'll go into this a little later as well. Also in the week was a hilarious story that Marko Arnautovic is going to start collecting money from players who turn up late next season. Apparently there's a fine system in place and he's willing to go and take the money off these naughty people, and he named names as well. Angelo Ogbonna and Cech Kouyaté are the worst people for turning up late. Late, I ask you. Cech Kouyaté hasn't actually turned up at all season. He's just a sort of former shadow of himself running around the pitch. No lateness involved there, just absenteeism. Sunday rock came round, match day Sunday, away at Arsenal, and deep joy indeed as we lost 4-1. Come on you Gunners, excellent stuff. Relegation, here we come. I'm sadly, I don't think we will get relegated, and I think we need to be relegated. We need someone to talk some sense, or something to talk some sense into the lunatics that run our club. The Dildo brothers need to understand that Moyes is not the answer. But again, more on that later. Match day came around on Sunday. We did, of course, lose 4-1 away at Arsenal. And to tell us look at that tactically at the Tactics Centre and tell us how that happened. And is Mike at the Tactics Centre? Mike, tell us about our 4-1 defeat on Sunday. Thanks, Mike. Hi folks, welcome to the Tactics Centre. This week we're looking at West Ham's away defeat at Arsenal. We lost by 4-1. As you can see from this reconstruction in our Tactics Centre, our central midfield area was completely surrounded and overwhelmed by much physically stronger, technically better, and all-round much more fierce midfield, who simply ripped pieces out of our midfield until we were just left with Mark Noble to fight the good fight. We simply didn't have the players to compete in midfield. Arsenal 4, West Ham United 1, tactically reviewed for you here at the Tactics Centre. Back to Mike in the studio. Thanks Mike, absolutely brilliant yet again. Now, looking ahead and looking at what's happening at West Ham moment, it's all about Moyes now, and I'm sorry I did a lot of noise last week. I'm going to do quite a lot of noise this week, but hear me out before you switch off and go and look for videos of cats jumping up curtains. Hear out what I've got to say here. Now, there's two ways of looking at David Moyes, and I am aware that I get accused of Moyes bashing, so I'm going to try and be balanced here. There's two ways of looking at the David Moyes conundrum, if you would. There's a word you don't see in Countdown often. And that is this, yeah? So first of all, we're going to have a look at the more reasonable, balanced view with reasonable Mike. Mike, what have you got to say for us? Hello, I'm reasonable Mike. I think David Moyes has done rather well since taking over at West Ham. We are a lot safer now. We look like we won't be relegated. Certainly at times we have played some exciting football. If you look at our first half demolition of Southampton, albeit a weak Southampton, then I think we have played some good football. What David Moyes hasn't had is the proper transfer window to bring in his own players or any kind of budget. He's also had the sort of Damocles that is the 6-month contract termination hanging over him since he joined, given a real contract for a couple of years at least and a transfer budget that he can spend in the way he sees fit. Only then will we see a genuine David Moyes team come forward and give him the real opportunity to do well. The idea that West Ham are only going to keep David Moyes because who else is there, that is a quote from an insider, is quite scary, I agree. But ultimately, he is an experienced, safe pair of hands who has not let us down so far. Back to Mike. Reasonable Mike there with his opinion on David Moyes. It's not my opinion on David Moyes. My opinion on David Moyes is very, very different. Now, if you're anything like me, then I'm extremely sorry for you. But it means you might be able to hold two differing opinions at the same time. As F. Scott Fitzgerald said, an artist is somebody who can hold two conflicting opinions at the same time, yet continue to exist. Highbrow or what, people, I know. Don't switch over to cats climbing curtains yet, right? But I don't know I'm Moyes bashing, I understand that. But ultimately, here is an issue. Right? We apparently have got people out scouting Fulham left, right and centre. Moyes is scouting their players. We've got scouts scouting their players. And we're looking at them left, right and centre. Why? Because Fulham are a good attacking side. Now, the point is here that even if we bought their entire first team and Moyes is in charge, they would be rubbish because Moyes won't know what to do with those players. Moyes likes to not lose. He sets the entire team up to not lose. He doesn't do that particularly well either, does he? Given the spanking we got, for example, against Arsenal. But the thing is, if we're scouting Fulham, the person we should be signing for Fulham is, of course, Slavica Djukanovic. Djukanovic is the Fulham manager and he is class in a jar. The reason Fulham are good is because he's taking non-entities or reasonable journeyman players and a couple of brilliant youth players, has to be said, but we've got some of them, and turning them into a really good team. He's won the Premier League in Serbia and Thailand. Hey guys, I can write Wikipedia. And of course was sacked by Watford for doing the terrible crime of getting them promoted into the Premier League. How could he do such a thing, eh? But there you go, that's Watford for you, they're all a bit weird. He might even, if we did get him as manager, he might even bring in some of those other good players from his team and get them to play for us. But whatever, my point is that we're going to stick with Moyes. We're going to stick with Moyes because, like Avram Grant, Mark Hughes, Alan Pardew tell, he is an experienced Premier League manager, which of course Slavica Djukanovic isn't, apart from the fact I struggle to say Slavica Djukanovic, in case you haven't noticed. I still would love to have him in. He's forward-thinking, attacking manager, but not him. If not him, then Marco Silva, any progressive manager. Look at the facts, people. All the old dinosaurs are dying out. They're all dropping like flies. Pardew surely is unemployable now when the first team coach has done much better with West Brom in a few weeks than he managed in months there. Hughes is going to get 2 teams relegated. Lambert will go as well. I mean, they're just even poor old, what's his name? Pulis is managing in the Championship now, and hopefully will stay there. And it's just, why bother? I mean, look at Wolves. What a great side they've got together with a manager we've never heard of before, but he clearly knows what he's doing. But my point is this, dear West Ham Football Club, if you're watching this, and why wouldn't you? It's brilliant. If you are watching this, you need to sort something out on the long-term future of the club, because here's what will happen if you don't. You might well avoid relegation this season. By the way, I am now cheering on Stoke and Southampton all the way, because I think a bit of relegation is the best thing that can happen for us. Maybe they would realise they're going in totally the wrong direction if that happened. Let's just say we unfortunately managed to just grip on to the Premier League place that we have for another season. Next season, look at what happens. You watch these teams slide down, just stay up, slide down, just stay up. Sunderland's a great example. Villa, there's loads of these, yeah? And we are going to become one of them. You know what? If we messed up next season and the season, it's inevitable, the collapse of the team into relegation. And again, all we do is putting off the inevitable. We're going to have to rethink the entire structure of it. And that's what will happen. If we do stay up, though, we will be on to you, me on this show, because I know what will happen. Moyes will be playing. Don't lose tactics. It'll have the odd game where we win by a couple of goals and look half decent, but largely it's going to be dreadful defensive football, and I will be on to you. Me and my, what have I got, 3,000 viewers or something? And all the other people on Hammer's Chart, I guarantee they'll be on tube. You're starting to clock up a good few thousand people, if you include all of us people, YouTubers, etc. The ones with opinions, not the ones who are told what to say by the club. Controversial, some people. But those of us who have got mouths and eyes of our own will be on to you. We'll be after you. The other supporters will be on to you. They'll be after you. There will be demonstrations, because ultimately, to play defensive football with not exciting, not moving forward, without bringing in the sort of players we were promised when we moved stadium. Yes, people, I'm going there. We might as well have stayed at the Rock and Bowling Ground, because at least it would have been defensive football with an atmosphere. We've done all that before, but the whole point of moving to the new stadium was to move the club forward, and we have not done the latter part of that. Rant over and relax. Do you remember when the show was funny? I think it was, I don't know, a few months ago or something, someone said something funny. Anyway, the point is, I'm angry. Other people are angry. Even West Ham man is angry. West Ham, 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 Paddy, West Ham, West Ham, where's West Ham, West Ham, where's West Ham, where's West Ham, where's West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham. West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, bloody West Ham, West Ham, West Ham. A very angry West Ham man there. Now, am I being unreasonable here? Am I being harsh on Moyes? Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree? Do comment below. Tell me what you think about David Moyes. Maybe you think Moyes is doing a great job. I know there are people who do think he's done well. I don't. Let me know what you think. I'd rather we got relegated and played some football. I would rather watch entertaining football in the Championship, season in, season out. And I know that's a hard thing to say, but I genuinely would rather that than have to go and watch us play defensive try. But you might scream, maybe you think that he's playing great football. I don't know. Do let me know. Comments below, please. And talking of comments below and tweets and Facebook messages and all the rest of it, let's move on to your questions, because you've been very generous again with them this week, folks. Let's go. Once again, folks, many thanks for all your lovely messages and questions, and you can leave comments below. You can tweet me at WHU Mike, and don't forget to follow me as well while you're there. And I'm under my own name over there on Facebook, so you can get in touch with me there. Lots of ways to get in touch and ask a question. First one is from Rory Questionable Tattoo Wang, and the reason is, he's called Roy Questionable Tattoo Wang, is at the end of last week's episode I put on how to make your own West Ham player name thing. I'm going to put up again because it's been referenced a lot of times in these. So just at the end of this bit, so you can join in if you've not already done so and find out what your West Ham player name should be. So Roy Questionable Tattoo Wang, otherwise known as Baddo Hammer Irons. Hi Baddo Hammer Irons, a regular commenter and viewer. Hello mate. I love that you've got hammer and irons in your tag there. Well done. That's lots of West Hamisms, isn't there? He asks, would you keep Adrian as #1 goalkeeper or prioritise a top stopper for next season? Well, here's the thing, Baddo Hammer Irons. I think we're going to be stuck with Hart. But if we're not, I would definitely bring in a stopper if we're allowed to spend some money. So yes, and I'll tell you the one I'd go for, Tom Heaton, because I think Pope's got the Burnley spot, and Heaton was a really good goalkeeper who got injured and is now back from injury and can't get his place back from Pope, who could well be playing for England. And understandably, he's doing really well. I don't think that means Heaton's a bad goalkeeper. I thought he looked like a great goalkeeper before he was injured, and now he's back. So yeah, I reckon about 10 million would get him, and it'd be worth every penny. He'd be on much lower wages than Joe. Oh, I've dropped it again, Hart. And yeah, I would definitely, I don't think Hart gives any confidence to our defence whatsoever and needs to be released. Our next message comes from Treffine Artist, and also references the make your own West Ham player name up thing. Again, I'll put it at the end again. And Treffine, I hope I've got your name right, Treffine, I'm guessing, Artist. Should Iron Beaver be the new club mascot? It would also be a great name for a band or a product our owners could sell. Let's give it a go, shall we, Treffine? Hello, hi. Have you got the new Iron Beaver 2000? It's for a friend. Yeah, you're right, Treffine Artist. Definitely sounds like something our owners would sell in one of their shops. And finally, good evening, we're Iron Beaver. Yep, definitely a band name as well. Thanks for that, Treffine Artist. Iron Beaver band name, West Ham player surname, and of course something our owners would sell in their shop. Chris / Jimmy the Mod. Yes, I do remember meeting you. We were having a half-time pint with Gonzo and Gio and a few other people at the Southampton game. You came and said hello. I remember, because I've got a pair of monkey boots exactly like yours, being a bit of a ex-mod / still quite moddy myself. He asked, now a lot of people have asked this week, where are the boats you guys drink on? And I'm using, because Chris / Jimmy the Mod, why aren't you Chris the Mod? Never mind. He has asked a number of times, a lot of people have asked that question this week, about 4 or 5 people. So, the boats are, you know, that main sort of bridge thing which heads down to the centre from Stratford, that heads down to the bit under the main one that ends up under the big thing that says West Ham United. If you head down there, on about halfway down on the left, you'll see the Aquatic Centre, the wonderfully roofed building there from the Olympics, and just opposite that, down the other side, there's some steps that head down to a little back to the embankment bit, which is at the bottom of the Aquatic Centre, and you'll see it's on a river, that's why it's an embankment, yeah, and just there you will see some tourist sort of boats that do trips, but they're moored there weekends, and that's where the boats are. To be on the boats, you need to register with the Hammers Chat forum, and I recommend doing that anyway, because it's a really good fun forum. It's completely free to register to be a member of Hammers Chat. Links below, so go there, register, and you'll see a forum for the boats there, and you can sign up to go, because you need to book, yeah, because it's got limited numbers, but you can book, you generally can get on. It costs a couple of quid, I think, to book in, and it's great fun. You'll meet a lot of really good people, a lot of really lovely people. Sorry, itchy eye there. A lot of really lovely people. So that's how you get on. It is seconds from the ground. It is halfway between Stratford, like that main road there, and the ground. It's right underneath the stadium, so it's really, really close. It'll take you a couple of minutes to get to the stadium from there, and you'll meet lots of fellow Hammers, and I'm there, but don't let that put you off. Finally, for our questions for this week is Revelator Alf. He asks, will I be able to stay awake if Moyes is still in charge next season? Oh God, I hope he's not there. I think he will be, but as I said, I will be there. I'm going to renew, and I will be there to hold you to account, Mr. Moyes, because we do not want defensive dull football. Revelator Alf is a blogger because there's blogs as well on the Hammers Chat website. It's a really good blog page, and again, links below. Do check out his stuff, he's cracking right, and he does blogs for other people as well, and well worth checking out his stuff. I think that's going to be it for this week. On next week we play on Sunday Manchester City. Now, you know, something I can only describe as crushing irony. It's my lad's birthday, and he's going to be 6. Well, he is 6, but his party, my wife's organised a football themed party. People bring goals into the church hall and they have football drill, etc, etc. The crushing irony is that she's organised it for when the Man City game is, so I can't go to Man City. Even worse, I can't take him. It's the last game because all the others are evening games. Apart from the very last game of the season, I'm out on the Raz that night, I'm telling you now. I can't take him to that game. I can't go to that game. The only game I'm going to miss at home this season because of his football-themed birthday party. How mental's that? Hey, but anyway, I'm not going to be at that game. It's going to be the first one I miss, as I say. But I should be back in time to watch it on TV because the party's just round the corner. It ends roughly when that game starts, so I'm not going to be able to get down from Hertfordshire there in time. Never mind. You guys can tell me how it went. I'm going to watch it on TV as well, so I'll kind of know. But do let me know your thoughts. Any questions? Anything you want to get out of me at all? Or if you just disagree ardently with what I've said, do comment below. If you've enjoyed the show, give it a thumbs up. If you've not, don't. But most of all, make sure you subscribe to this channel, the other Hammers Chatting channel, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Until then, come on you Irons!
Sensitive artist. Nobody understands me because I am so deep. In my work, I make allusions to books that nobody else has read, music that nobody else has heard, and art that nobody else has seen. I can't help it because I am so much more intelligent and well-rounded than everyone who surrounds me. I stopped watching TV when I was 6 months old because it was so boring and stupid, and started reading books and going to recitals and art galleries. I don't go to recitals anymore because my hearing is too sensitive, and I don't go to art galleries anymore because there are people there, and I can't deal with people because they don't understand me. I stay home reading books that are beneath me and working on my work, which no one understands. I'm sensitive. I am sensitive. I am a sensitive artist. 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 I am sensitive. Sensitive artist.